Easy, guys. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records.
All right, VC and everybody out there in YouTube land watching this video. It is the Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem YouTube channel, Kendall, and I just figured that I would do my favorite new releases of 2025, and I gotta be honest with you, there are not a ton. For me, this year was just okay when it came to new releases. Now, I'll be honest again, I don't tend to look for new artists as much as other people do, I guess. I'm a fan of old stuff, and I admit that. So when I buy records, I try to find a lot of original copies. As you saw in my last video, I did get quite a few reissues this past year, more than I thought I was going to. But I mean, I do have some new records here, and I'm going to get into them. I'm going to start off with some honorable mentions, and then I'm going to show my top 4 new releases of the year. And yes, these are going to be fairly mainstream artists, I would say. So sorry guys, I'm not going to introduce you to some new artists that you've never heard of before. That's just not the way I am, I guess. I mean, I've done that in the past with some of my videos, I guess, bringing up artists that maybe aren't as mainstream. This is going to be fairly mainstream. So sorry, but I do hope you enjoy. I hope you stick around and see what I liked this year. But I am trying to broaden my horizons and find newer music that I've not heard from artists that maybe aren't as mainstream. So leave me some likes and comments down and below, or I said likes, but leave me some comments down below of artists that you think that I may like based on what I show or have shown in the past. You know, I'm always open. Anyway, so here's some honorable mentions of stuff that I really did like this year, but just didn't crack the top 4. First things first, this is John 5. John 5, as you know right now, is the guitar player in Motley Crue, but he's also played with Marilyn Manson. He's played with Rob Zombie. He's played with a lot of people, actually, but he's just a great guitar player in general. Kind of get that glare off. This was his new release this year. I believe the only way you could buy it was from his website. There's not much I can do about the glare. It's just the way the album was made. But I did get this from his website. It was signed by him, if you can see that. If not, sorry, it's in there. And this was a special color variant. They call this Red Fire Splatter. Really cool looking vinyl, if you can see that. But just great hard rock, heavy metal guitar. But the great thing about the way John 5 plays is that he plays everything. So there's influences of jazz, there's influence of country picking, there's influence of just straight out flat metal. Just everything is in this, and he's just such an amazing guitar player. Very talented guy. I've been a fan of his for many years. So was very happy to pick this up. Anytime he puts out new music, I always want to hear it. So if you haven't heard this is called Ghost. You can stream it, and I don't think any of the color variants are still available on his website. I could be wrong. I know this one's not. It sold out very quick. But you can still get this album on his website. The only reason this one's making an honorable mention is because it's a live album, and so there's no actual new material on it, but it was released this year, and I just had to show it because it's that great of an album. And Bob Bradley actually showed this on his channel, but this is Billy Strings and Brian Sutton live at the Legion. This is just a great sounding record. Billy and Brian just go back and forth one with another. Great guitar playing, doing some great old bluegrass standards. Just so good. The great interactions of them playing together, talking. It's just like two pals got together and said, hey, let's just play. And I like the fact that it's an intimate setting. It makes the show that much better. Not like a big loud arena. Just probably maybe 100 people, if not maybe just a little bit more. Gives it that nice, just quiet setting. You hear fans in the background, but not like overpowering. Almost makes you feel like you're there. Great sound quality. Just could not be happier. So yeah, it's a 2 LP set. If you haven't heard this, go stream it and then buy it because you'll want to afterwards. So yeah, Billy Strings and Brian Sutton live at the Legion. This one, if you're hearing the creaking, I'm in. If you remember my last video, my chair broke. Fun. And so this is an actual chair that is probably 150 years old. This is my great-grandmother's rocking chair. When my mom died, I took this chair. She had it. She took it from her mother. Her mother took it from her mother. I believe my grandmother, her father made this, I believe. Still in great shape. Anyway, but it's at our house. It's been at our house since my mother passed. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's very sturdy, and I don't think it'll break like the other chair that I had broke. But it does creak, and so that's, if you hear anything, that's what you're hearing. Just want to go ahead and give you that real quick. This might have made my top list had it not been for another release that came out by one of these artists this year. But this is Who Believes in Angels by Elton John and Brandi Carlile. Huge fan of both of these artists, obviously. Very nice album, taking the best of Brandi Carlile's style and, of course, Elton John, and putting them together. I definitely enjoyed it. However, it's gonna sound bad. I guess I grew tired of it after a while, because there wasn't just one thing on here that just grabbed me like I was hoping there would be. Like I said, it's a good album for sure. I know it's nominated for a Grammy, but there wasn't just anything that I thought was monstrous or epic from it, but it was definitely just a great album. I love the fact that Brandi got to work with Elton John, one of her heroes, and you can, if you did watch the little documentary that they made about it, you could see that she just loved every minute of it. Produced by Andrew Watt. Just, a very well produced album, very well written album. So it's definitely an enjoyable album. If you haven't heard it, definitely, if you're a Brandi Carlile fan, I think you'll definitely like it. If you're an Elton John fan, you'll like it, but probably not as much as if you're a Brandi Carlile fan. I will say that. It's on this colored wax. There are a few different variants. This is the one that I wanted because I just like this better than all the other ones. But definitely worth having, definitely worth a listen. Good all-around album for sure. And then my last honorable mention, Marcus King, I think, is one of the best blues guitar players around right now. He's a young kid from South Carolina. He released a new album called Darling Blue this year, and I wasn't blown away by this album, if I'm being completely honest. It's more of a country album than a blues album, which, I mean, I'm not upset about the fact that he's doing country. And I should clarify, this is the Marcus King Band, which I enjoy the Marcus King Band more than his solo stuff. But this was more country than blues, and I was a little disappointed by that because I thought it was going to be more blues. Still a good album. But for Record Store Day, they released this, which is No Room for Blue, which is unused material and some different variations of the songs from the other album. This was what I was hoping for. This is more blues, just down and dirty, more gritty. Still some country into it. But this is what I was hoping this was going to be. So I was glad that they released this for Record Store Day Black Friday, because I think it's better. Not that this isn't good, but this is definitely better. So this is definitely, hands down, a better pick than this. It's on this special color right here, very neat. I think you can still get some copies of this, surprisingly. I think they may have pressed more than they said they were going to. But definitely, if you are a Marcus King fan and you're a blues fan, pick this up. You will not be disappointed. So those are my honorable mentions. Now, my top 4, and I'll try to breeze through this real quick because I'm already at 10 minutes and I wanted to make this shorter than 10 minutes. Number 4, this came out earlier this year. This is Revenge of Alice Cooper. This is the original Alice Cooper band. I think this was definitely a very good album. Again, it's all the original living members of the original Alice Cooper band, something that they had talked about doing for so long. Finally, 53 years later, they finally did. Glenn Buxton, who passed away, what was it, 18 years ago, I think. They were able to use a guitar track for one song. So technically the full band does make an appearance. But I love this cover because it has that old movie style like look to it. I know some people dissed this cover earlier. I don't know why. I think it's great. But it's got that old Alice Cooper sound to it. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Cinematic rock maybe, or art rock. That's the word I'm looking for. Art rock sound to it, I guess. Or just straightforward rock. Not straightforward rock, but art rock for sure. But I think it sounds great. They're not out touring this, which makes sense. I mean, the other the other living 3 members, they don't tour like Alice Cooper does, so you can't expect that. So when I saw Alice Cooper back in September, I guess it was, they didn't play any of these songs, which is, I mean, it's fine. But this is definitely great. Anytime Alice puts out new music, I'm happy. For a guy that's 77 years old to still make new music, to still go out and put on amazing shows, I'm always going to be in line for that. And this is no exception. So if you haven't heard this, stream it. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you're an Alice Cooper fan from way back when. From now, this is going to check all your boxes, I think. So. And it's also produced by Bob Rezin, who's been producing Alice Cooper albums for the last 50 years. So, definitely great. Number 3, this was a great, pleasant surprise. This is Robert Plant, Saving Grace with Susie Diane. This was a great album, great Americana folk album in my opinion. All these songs are covers from like the 50s. Roots rock album songs. He's got a great backing band, and Susie Diane's a great backing singer. They trade off vocals quite a bit. I think she even just sings just one song herself on here. I don't remember which one it was, but if you are a fan of his stuff with Alison Krauss, this is a little something like that, but a little more rootsy and rock oriented. Not that any of these songs are super upbeat and fast, but if you love that bluesy roots rock sound, you're gonna love this, in my opinion. I know I've been saying that a lot, but very well done. It's on that, I don't even know what you call that color. More, I guess it's just purple. But great sound. Robert knows his limitations at the age that he's at, so he's smart enough to back himself with a good band, with great singers, and great players. This was a very nice surprise. I streamed one of the songs before I decided to pre-order this, and picked this up. I had my buddy Doug from Big Love Vinyl, shout out to Doug, I had him pre-order this for me, and just love this so much. If you want to just lay back or sit back and relax and just mellow out, this is some good mellow out music for sure. Number 2 should be no surprise because I love this lady so much, and I've already shown her once already. But Brandi Carlile's new album. It's called Returning to Myself, and to be fair, I don't think she ever really left herself, but I think it's called that because the first album she released this year was that one with Elton John, and I think she's like, okay, I've done that, let me get back to doing what I do. And this is her website exclusive with a different cover, also on that Coke bottle green. But man, she is just, her voice, her range of emotion that she can put on from pad to paper. She is just, to me, she's maybe the best singer-songwriter of the last 20 years. 'Cause I think that's how long she's been doing it now. She's got an amazing voice, and she just knows how to make you feel each song she writes. I mean, just to name a couple real quick, let me just, Human, oh man, so good. Church and State, obviously, is a great song. You Without Me is a great one. Just, it's so good. Every song on here is really good, but those 3 are probably the highlights of the album if I have to just pick 3. A complete return to form, which, I mean, I don't think she ever was away from form. I think she can do no wrong whenever she writes, especially when she writes from the heart, which I think she always does. But this is a great album. I expect it to be nominated for many Grammys next year. And I wish she would tour North Carolina. She never does. I don't know why. But the only reason this is not my number 1 is because it came out in October and I haven't had as much time to stay with it as I did the number 1 album, which I will show right now. Number 1 is a country album, go figure, right? And that is from Mr. Young Zach Top here, and this is Ain't In It For My Health. Zach, I learned about him last year. His debut album was in my top 5 last year, and this album's number 1 this year. Great sophomore album. Zach is just a young, great guitar player who has that great country sound. And when I say country, I mean real country. Sounds like stuff from the 80s and the 90s, sometimes even the 70s, but he's real country, and that's what I love. When he was at the CMAs, I believe when he won New Artist or whatever, he had a beer in his hand when he went up on stage. That's funny to me. But this is a 2 LP set, 45 RPM. I believe it's black vinyl. I don't recall, but anyway. From the opening track, guitar, it's talking about his love affair with a guitar. He's such a great guitar player, and I love the highlights of this album where he shows that. And then songs like Splitsville, let's see, where's the one I like? Loving the Wrong Things, Like I Want You, South of Sanity, She Makes, Living a Lie. I mean, just good country music the way it should be. I hope he continues on this path and doesn't do what some other guys have done in the past, where they start to see that fame and then they kind of switch over to that more pop country sound. I hope he stays true to himself. But great album. Yeah, great stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't mind the more not pop friendly, not more popular, pop culture friendly, I guess, picks. Sorry, that's just, when I don't listen to old music, this is the newer music I listen to. Anyway, if you liked it, please leave me that old thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe button, and leave me some comments down below. What were some of your favorite albums this year? What did you think of the ones that I showed? But until next time, my next video will be after Christmas. If I don't talk to you before then, have a Merry Christmas, guys. But my next video will be my favorite pickups of the year. But until next time, catch you down the road. Bye.